we got main man Masuta in the server.
Yeah, he played this map a month ago against OG. Other than that, it's been 5 months since we've seen Masuta on Dust2. I guess at that point, a month ago, they were already preparing for what is now the present world we live in, a 5-man Vitality roster, and 3 of them running up Cat.
And they go fast on the approach. Twists set up, trying to hold down short. Dinked by the Glock, but what? Twists! Oh, Twists in pistol rounds. It's so dirty. It's so wrong. ZywOo trying to do what he can, and he's at least got it down to the 1v3. Now, out-glocking those USPs, that's one thing, but winning this round would be a whole other ball game. The bomb dropped up at Cat. That's going to cause a world of problems for ZywOo. How does he want to approach this? Waiting first to see if he's given a fight on the long wrap. And when that never materializes, it becomes abundantly clear he's got to go and reclaim this bomb and fight every step of the way. There's that first peek. Twists in the crosshair. Now down to the 1v2. You can feel this getting out of hand if you're FaZe. And you don't want to give ZywOo many more chances. They're giving the respect for now, still occasionally fighting from CT. 40 seconds, and ZywOo is still paranoid about a long flank that is not coming. Instead, now making the cross happen. He's got to get this bomb that's dropped up on elbow, and waiting patiently on the short angle is coldzera. But now it's down to him in the 1v1. ZywOo trying to win this round in a 1v5. coldzera doesn't want to mess this up, doesn't want to give him it. And there's ZywOo with the ace, all alone. And he takes down everybody. Vitality get the pistol, and it is on the back of this absolute machine.
No words. How is he given so many one-on-ones? They even try and avoid it. Karrigan waits till he crosses, and ZywOo baits him perfectly by running up ramp and then going back to kill Karrigan. Oh dear. It was all too clear where Cold was in that 1v1 as well. He checked the long flank so many times. He'd even cleared Gandalf, for crying out loud. That should never have been a Vitality round. The ZywOo effect. FaZe are going to be kicking themselves. I was just about to say, like, it's great to see FaZe, you know, with what is now like one of the most formidable pistol teams in the world.
I was about to make the same comment,
like,
right? With Rain and Twist.
And Twist. Broky's amazing on pistol rounds. Like, you've got so much talent, and then ZywOo does that. Okay. All right, we got a series on our hands. Hopefully not just the wash that was Mirage. Maybe it could have been with a pistol in FaZe's pocket, but now Vitality keen to keep this going.
That's the most like vintage ZywOo round I think we've had in a while as well. Like, you know, it hasn't been the typical ZywOo performances that we got out of him for the longest time, right? Coming into 2021, it was a pretty stone cold start to the year for him. Fielded some of his lowest ratings,
which is still pretty good.
Still pretty good, but not where you want ZywOo as like the star, right? Is the guy that you look to make the impossible possible.
How do you stop this take?
Yeah, lots of smokes. Everyone's kind of confused by them. Rain's trying to peek over the top. Ooh. And the Deagles have found good spam damage. ZywOo up, first man to peek in, first man to try and make a play happen, and Rain deletes him with the Deag. There's the follow-up, there's the trades. But still a 3-on-3, and Twist's Deagle is finding headshots. Concealed in this smoke is Karrigan, but from the pit, Apex is trying to lock this kill in. It's going to be Shox to do it instead. Still, this round is not clear for Vitality. They need the bomb plant. They've got 7 seconds, and a jump shot from Twist could deny it. Instead, he takes the fight to Apex, dies in the process. coldzera needs to land anything here, and he can't quite deal with this player in the site. Apex is repositioned over to long as well to play around this bomb. Okay. And coldzera now in with a chance to clutch for himself. Apex got over earlier and Cold never saw it, so that's a freebie. Vitality, it's close. It almost ends up being a FaZe round. And this is already a very, very close start to this game. This is exactly what we wanted.
You got to wonder, would Twist have gone back for the jump shot if he knew how low, I think it was Shox was on the plant. He was a shot from death. But he goes for one, then he swings Apex knowing he's missed his shot and doesn't want to just play the RNG game. But maybe it would have done him better than that. Even so, 2-0 for Vitality. You take it. It's not pretty, but hey, pistol round wasn't clean either. It was a little more spectacular though. Twists Pushed up on long with the Deagle. It's an eco here for FaZe, not a lot to play with. Karrigan has flashes in mid. Apex scouting. Pretty common. ZywOo not a scouter. Just sits back with a Galil and puts it to good effect, killing Cold in middle as Vitality climb the catwalk. Another stack here for FaZe. You can afford to do so. Throw all your eggs in one basket. I think enough info has been gained for Vitality. They hear feet, they see a couple on the site that might make them doubt. Still looking for picks. They're going to flash shocks in. He sees Brokey. That's a third man. That's all the info you need if you're Vitality to go, nope, I want nothing to do with this. Back to B they go immediately. In tunnels is RPK. Going to get flashed through the mid doors. And here come Vitality.
Flooding Karrigan, they deal with him, and now they know they're on the path to a successful round. As you say, the intelligence gathering efforts of Vitality reward them handsomely in a round like this. They bypass that stack. The Deagle's never even given a real chance to win the round. Can try to do damage, right? You spot a player close mid, Masuta. Oh, no hiccup. Knows he has to make a play, nice. And so he just rushes them down with the Mac-10. It's nice, it's clean. Vitality, 3-0. And that round there being a clean one helps out massively, right? Up until then, it was a 1v5 in the pistol that they win. It came down to a 1v1 in the anti-force buy, and then in the anti-eco, they get it nice and cleanly. So now they build up a little buffer. Brokey donning that AWP right away. No AWP in sight for Vitality. Instead, they're running a bonus round.
Oh, looked like a B rush, but they head a lower instead. Oh, they are going for B, right out the mid doors. Throwing the smoke on the fly, perhaps, rather than signaling it by throwing it over the top. Here it comes, and the second one to deny any player looking over the top of the boxes. Cold drops the door, smoke, and takes himself to the window instead, but they're awfully close with these SMGs. Oh, Cold getting one, but so blind, cannot do anything more. And Karrigan, same story, trapped out of the sight. Upgrades as well available for Vitality, and with these two guns, FaZe don't even look interested. It's a save from the get-go. This would be a totally different game if ZywOo didn't find that 1-on-5, but now Vitality have wind in their sails. And they're blowing FaZe out of these rounds, 4-0. And the save is even getting hunted. Not heavily, but just enough that FaZe need to have their wits about them. They need to be very careful in the pit. Good positions. Brokey has A covered, and I don't think Vitality are going to get there in time. So 4-0 with at least these guns kept. It's something. Yeah, it's a good call for a bonus round as well, like not telegraphed on the mid to B, even though they had like good speed B spawns, they just drop lower and take that fast pace. The AWP was over on A, it couldn't assist. And you can't really buy here if you're FaZe. You've got to give the respect over, you've got to give a fifth. Unless, of course, you win something ridiculous here. But that will mostly have to be off the back of your two weapons, both of which have gone over to A long early. Vitality are not playing fast out of spawn, though.
Yeah, I mean, you know all the pressures on FaZe in a round like this, right? You know that they're going to be coming into it with, at best, a broken buy, but more than likely, just a partial investment around these saved weapons. So it's a mixture of, you know, not feeding the armed players of FaZe and also not being vulnerable to any early aggression from these pistols. So we see them taking this round pretty reserved, right? Sat back in T-spawn, holding for a long push, working a bit of the mid control, gimmicking around some of these rotations from FaZe, and making them waste precious utility that they cannot afford to waste. Now utility for ZywOo to take a peek into this A bomb site. Twists is there with one of these M4s, and the AWP is on Brokey at long. So if this culminates in a B play, the two rifles are going to get dodged here. If it does come in at Cat, though, they're given a chance to play into this round in a very big way.
Do they back out? They still have two players defaulting. To commit here would be a surprise. It might just send one man into the spawn. Yeah, Shox is dropping in with a right-click flash. Oh, he's gotten confused. He's run into the wall on Catwalk. Didn't realize he's not down, and they're even dropping into CT. Shox would love to be here for that freebie, but Apex will take it instead, as Shox hangs around on A to find Brokey. He's put him on 10. Meanwhile, B has been lost, and Brokey is running as Vitality try and chase him down. Need to leave enough players near the bomb. Brokey knows mid is covered right now, so he can post up for an exit. Oh, missed shot. And he's running out of room to move. They can go and spawn as well, and he knows. Brokey's in hot water, 10 health. And I don't think they'll even let him get away with this one. Oh, he needs to hit something now. 2 shot, 3 missed, and that will finally be disaster striking. If Rain had a kit, he could do something audacious, but not today. He's looking for a gun, and he will find it with no punish.
Still, this is a very different looking beast from Mirage, right? Vitality with a commanding lead, and FaZe, they're now the ones in the spot that they put Vitality in that first map with this strong start, right? Never feeling like you've had enough. You get another rifle in this round. What is that replay? Just floated at him. I don't know how that shot misses. Right, Brokey's back on the AWP, but Zywoo is donning his, and he's delivering us a great game. Brokey, yet to even be given a chance, really, to use this AWP outside of that one weird shot back in T-spawn. And a B play once again, a fast B. Carrigan, no kills to his name yet. This would be the round, and 2 of them getting found by the IGL at that B bomb site. Now the rotations come in, but ready to cut these off is Shoxy, getting up on the catwalk, ready to come in on a late flank in through mid. He could do devastation towards these rotated players. Or deal devastation, I guess. There it is. Cold getting cut down, and that now forces these 3 players to have to constantly worry about the back line. Apex gets aggressive. They're holding for the CT drop, but not deep enough. Finally, Brokey comes in with the trade, and now you're asking Zywoo to step up and clutch out yet another round for Vitality. They molly him off in the tunnels, but no one is on the bomb yet. No one's sticking it. Finally, Brokey's on it, but he's gone off. Oh, smoke on the bomb. Now sticking it again, and it ends up not mattering, because Twist has got his back, but that almost gets out of hand. They give Zywoo some opportunity there.
It's half stuck and they get off. Not sure what happened there.
Oh.
But even so, the cover is in. And yeah, Shox, if anything, like, he gets that kill to Cole, but you know, he's hoping to not have that fight. He wants to drop.
He wanted to drop with everyone.
2. Yeah, he still gets 2 in the round, but he could have done a whole lot more if Cold wasn't late off of long. But that gave away Shox's position. He can't activate until too late. And Vitality even kind of chase out the window. That wasn't necessary either, but they almost caught the boost getting set up. Yeah, that's just a couple of little details changing the plan for Vitality. And could have been theirs. But FaZe now have got money in their pockets. Double AWP as well saved. Shox out mid with a killer headshot to Rain. And it's a double B setup as well. They're entrenched, avoided, as Vitality can climb up catwalk and go towards A. That bomb's still in tunnels. It needs to cross if they want to end there. And so Carrigan, how long will he hang around? He won't at all. Cole will instead with the AWP, but flashed off, lets the bomb get up cat. And now FaZe, desperate, 4 on 3 in the site, and they've got to somehow put a stop to this entourage of T's.
Yeah, what is Brokey going to do here? The AWP's out, a missed shot the first time around. Can't find anything yet. Drops the smoke to cover the approach, and Twist has managed to drop the bomb. Now Brokey strikes from the sidelines, but is only good for 1 as RPK dominates the scoreboard. Vitality onto 6, and they only lose just 2 players in the midst of the madness. Another round going their way, and once again, the money running out for FaZe. This is a path to a very, very dominant first half from Team Vitality.
Yeah, dishing it right back out as they received it, right? That's it still makes me wonder, like, where would we be at if Zywoo didn't 1v5? This could be the complete other way, but we're seeing some good calling out of Apex so far. He's been reading the game well. He avoids the B stack in that round after a lot of mid to B crunches. FaZe finally put bodies at the problem, and Vitality go elsewhere, especially after Shox just nails a mid kill. These FaZe have no info. They don't even want to rotate the double B completely off until it's already too late. this time Vitality have long, and the one of few rounds FaZe haven't contested it out of spawn. And that's because they have pistols, sat back on A. Finally getting the info that Apex is moving up. He's going to back out. Wait to see if repeats come through, because if they do, ZywOo's posted. That's a good kill from Karrigan, taking down Shocks from lower, and that forces Vitality's hand.
Yeah, now they've got to commit to A. They don't have any other paths open to them. And so for FaZe, this 4-man stack is in, but it's quickly whittled down to just 3. ZywOo deleting Cole through the smoke. Apex playing on top of the car. Lots of damage onto Rain, and the molly burning him out, forces him into the open. Now, Brokey has been waiting patiently in these smokes to try and deny the plant. There's one for his troubles, but that is going to be the extent of it.
Fair play.
7-1. Another buy coming in for FaZe, but we need more out of them if this wants to be competitive on Dust2. Not really been any contest so far.
Not at all. Brokey's back on the AWP. That's something at least, but it's so hard, man. Dust2, like, not only is so many rounds based off of spawn for the tees, but, you know, just constantly switching it up of Vitality. Fast out long for Mizuta. Brokey's here. Oh, sorry, Brokey's back on the site, rather. It's a double long take that does fall off pretty fast. Brokey catches ZywOo up catwalk. He was there quick. Smoke goes down, but they're already up and through it. Shocks on the left side, and oh, he's ready for Rain on the repush. Twist here as well. The rifles try and retake the area that Brokey just gave up. He hits his shot, but he's not ready for the trade. His gun wouldn't have been even if he was. Vitality 3-on-2. The A site is theirs. The bomb does have to cross. That's something, but can Karrigan stop it? No, he's already fallen away from middle, and the smokes are down anyway. Even with one smoke, it's fairly easy to jump the gap. And so set up for the retake of FaZe, but odds are already against them. That smoke.
Oh. Gold is still taking this fight. He doesn't need to. He's going to leave eventually. I know, at this point, like, it's feeling pretty dominant. You know, the money is constantly wiped out. That's causing problems. You never really have the utility there in these partial buys. I don't even know what the solution is for FaZe. You know, it must feel very, very rough to try and figure out. You're just kind of getting outdone at every turn. There's like 3 players right now for Vitality who have approached or are on max money. That is never a good sign. And so there's a timeout called in for FaZe. They're trying to figure out how to remedy this problem. Nothing they've tried so far has helped.
Yeah, Vitality are probably giggling when they saw FaZe pick CT, although that's like standard on every map. Almost every team does it. Vitality getting to finally actually control the pace of this game.
I mean, it's one of these things as well where, like, the start of this game, I think matters a hell of a lot as to why the scoreline is the way it is, right? Obviously, pistol round decides a lot, but the fact that it was a 1v5 from ZywOo that, you know, while it was unreal, like, don't get me wrong, no 1v5 is free. They did kind of feed him a couple of those kills, right? I think the 1v2 is where it's, like, really well played from him, like baiting the rotation out of Karrigan, who at that point was trying to play it safe. But on the back of feeling like you threw away a 5v1 pistol and then having this be the scoreline, like, you're going to be in your head a little bit here if you're FaZe.
Especially considering Vitality didn't even really get to play the T side of Mirage after they get wiped out in their first half. It's a nice kill from ZywOo. Cole was pushed to the top of mid with an AK, one of 2 guns gone. Oh, he heard that. Rain on Cat. Shocks tries to get out. His team are on long, already moving up. This should be their site. There's only Brokey here, armorless. Flash going over the top. Oh, and then back to the bottom, but it's not a worry because Brokey still dead. ZywOo finds it, and Karrigan gets tapped out too. Shocks is holding onto this gun at top mid, and he's not letting anyone get close. Checking spawn as well. Rain's up on Cat. So right now, Cold's AK, retrievable, but already, as I say, that Vitality have moved in through the mid doors, so he is very much trapped. And regardless, this is a 9th round with 5 alive right now, and players reaching max money. Oh, Rain, can he even do damage? Can he even get a kill? Oh, no. It's 9-1, 16k on 2. And Vitality, they just want to get to Overpass.
This is nuts. We can have such a fast series that ends up going the distance. Like that Mirage game took half an hour, you know, and then we're like half an hour, we're like 20 minutes into this game right now, and it's already feeling like it could be done. Vitality, not slowing down, not letting up. FaZe just begging for a break. This feels like a scary fight, right? Cold waiting on the other side. ZywOo locked in this stance, just waiting for the other to break first and give the peak over. If you give this peak to ZywOo, it's not often that he misses it.
Yeah, definitely not the fight you want to take in the mid-round, right? Oh, the cross instead.
There it is!
He didn't even try and fight. He tried to cross. He tried to go B, Harry.
Cole's just trying to live, man, and ZywOo's out here ruining it all.
Oh,
almost again, like there's a smoke down. ZywOo,
chill.
Just leave off him for a minute, all right?
And now they go long.
And now they go long.
Hey, there's a chance here. Twist is very tucked, and Brokey, like, if they get Brokey off this angle, they might not be ready for Twists. And Brokey, knowing that Twist is here, he doesn't have to run back to the site. He can remain on the corner if he survives and re-peek with Twist. So this could be a meat grinder very soon, but Brokey has been drawn away, and now it's all on Twist, and they will surely check the pit. He's got one waiting for Brokey, who's now left him out on his own on an island. He's got 2 to worry about on the catwalk. He can't hit the shot. Twist is gone to the AWP, and Brokey's AWP is just starting to warm up with a second kill. Here they come up on long. ZywOo's waiting for Brokey to give him anything, even an inch.
What?
Nothing through the box. Blows him out of the round, and 2 on 2. ZywOo's making impossible stuff happen. Now he needs an ace again in a 1v2, but he's done it before.
It can't be another ace clutch, surely.
Nade.
Surely not, right? The nade could finish it. Karrigan could end this whole round before it even becomes a problem. But now it is a problem. ZywOo, last man's at long, and he falls out of the sight. Rain is saved by 1 step too far for ZywOo, and a bit of gravity going his way. FaZe Clan get a second. ZywOo with his... It's another close round, man. Another ace clutch almost given over.
Oh, makes your heart hurt.
You thought Brokey had done enough as well, and then he just gets wrecked through the box. Like, look at how little info ZywOo had on any of these kills. Just whoop.
Yeah, he's like, well, Brokey's not going to give it to me. Fine, I'll take it from him. He doesn't get to peek. He doesn't get a chance. Brokey could not have played that any safer, I don't think. Crossing is a death sentence. Hiding is a death sentence.
The amount of times I've seen AWPs like spam that box with like, you know, 8 bullets and maybe at most do damage, but most of the time nothing. And ZywOo just 1 bullet through it and kills the guy.
He was low, but that was a headshot anyway. Like, that's unbelievable. And by the way, they lost the round. FaZe pick it up. They double it into 2. Is that going to be anything worth noting? Is it going to start a comeback here on the CT side, or will it just be blink and you miss moment? Because Vitality, they certainly don't want to let that spark FaZe's confidence. Although, is this a mid-crunch? Are they going to flash a play here? 2 on Cat. Right now, just waiting with the AWP covering as well. That'll be the first point of contact, and then Rain can poke his head out too. ZywOo, a lot to do. Oh, here comes Apex on the headshot angle. Rain's got a turn. He does get it. The AWP's still here. ZywOo gets crunched from Cold, and Rain pushes up, dropping the bomb. Far better setup for FaZe. A slow mid-take for Vitality, and they walk into 4.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only time that FaZe have really, you know, tried bringing the fight into middle so far. And it's worked wonders. Now they just need to get it over the line. Now they just need to get this round on the board. And converting it is another thing, right? Quite the problems caused with the bomb getting retrieved by Shoxy, and now a path into this B site while Masuta is selling an A play. There's a free kill in mid. Shox has seen it, and now the bomb goes down. While they're focused on dealing with Masuta, the real play is at B. The bomb now planted. The rotation through CT will get caught by Twists. Shox is given a chance, and this guy is often so clean, so clinical in these clutch situations. Twists and Rain, this is not an easy round by any stretch of the imagination. Flash through the window, and Shox sprays the first. Up in the air, Twist is good to close it out, and FaZe are onto a third, but it's another close round that they just get to their name.
Yeah, no AWP either. So just saving an AK, but it will do. It's a great round from Twist, at least. Something to rely on. And a round is a round. Even though Vitality, they almost make that very disadvantageous situation theirs. But winning the 1v1 and keeping FaZe in this map, without that round, probably a done deal, right? Vitality would just sweep the half, and FaZe would have no money to say anything about it. Almost for ZywOo. So now FaZe still fighting for 6. Karrigan eats a nade at B. Vitality take mid, and this time a little bit earlier as well. FaZe couldn't be so set up on the catwalk at this time unless they boosted. Vitality have their eyes on the prize. Shox climbs up, not scared of the left of mid because ZywOo has him covered. Double long for FaZe. Right now, Vitality can just go plant A. There's nothing stopping them. They don't know that, though, so they're likely to telegraph this attack with utility, get some smokes out on catwalk. And at that point, the long players can at least turtle in, try and deal with this lurker of Masuta, and call it across. But Vitality have somehow figured this one out. They are contacting into A. You can see FaZe have their eyes on it, but they're not going to be ready for 3 players in the bomb site. Twist could get shot in the side of the head, and that's exactly what goes on. Vitality with a bomb plant, and this round feels unlosable with the positions they have. Masuta, as long as he doesn't fall here, the bomb is planted for him, and he can wait as long as he wants.
Yeah, this fight that Brokey doesn't even really know he's having is going to prove to matter a hell of a lot. And Masuta winning that out now causes a wealth of problems for FaZe. It might just force the save as well. Not what you want to be falling back on if you're FaZe clan. Giving over a 10th, keeping 3 alive. And look, Vitality, their money is still fine. They're going to try and hunt these players down. Even taking 1 rifle away makes a huge bit of difference to Vitality. Now, there's no money left in these FaZe clan bank accounts, and so if you take a gun away, you affect their ability to buy around this save, and even then, they don't really have one. There's the swing. Karrigan loses his gun, and so only 2 saved forward. 10-3, no money left for FaZe, an 11th round feeling inevitable. How are you even meant to begin to recover this game if you're FaZe? I don't know. I don't think they know either. There's no accounting for this.
I'll let someone else figure that one out.
Great calling from Apex, great moves from ZywOo. Shox as well, looking really good. And then something else that's terrifying is there's still that double AWP potential between ZywOo and Shox in this second half of play. We know they love doing that on the CT side. Rain back in mid with aggression. It was him who helped find a round for FaZe last time he did this. This time, though, he's the first to fall.
Oh, Molly will trap Twist as well. He gets out of there as it comes. He hears the fire. Flash out long, no one here. Vitality, always great at taking this real estate when FaZe give it up, or at least have 1 player, which usually isn't too much of a contest. Brokey on the site with a scout. Nice shot. Back of the head, hits RPK clearing pit. Is that going to change the outcome of the round, though? FaZe for a second peel 4 players over, and then Karrigan goes back as things get quiet, so scared of a B play that Vitality were abusing at the start of the half. At this point, it's getting pretty obvious. ZywOo's fired his AWP. That's enough warning. Apex getting traded. Good kill from Cold. Brokey still scouting. Oh, dear. It's finished off. Karrigan does the dirty work, and Brokey drops the bomb. It's ZywOo in another one. Never count him out. Unfortunately so for Brokey going wide into his own demise. ZywOo scopes up, but he's not ready for Elevator, and that should be it. FaZe find 4, and they save an AWP to boot. Better than nothing. But still a great half of Vitality, one that they're going to be happy with no matter how this last round goes.
Oh, must feel great to have put a stop to ZywOo now a couple of times when he tries to get the ball rolling at long. He's just always good for that first kill that gets you believing, and it gets, you know, the enemy team worrying as well. Yeah. You know, you feel that momentum slipping in his favor. Flashes out long early and lots of attention given to this position by Vitality. FaZe, they're looking to fight for it though, and Rain at least keeps it even. Ooh. Now taking it in the advantage of FaZe. Long, still under his control, but tenuously at best, and Apex able to get the trade. On control is all Vitality have got, and that's because coldzera's held down this A site. The short wrap denied. With ZywOo and Apex still alive, you're not writing Vitality off just yet.
Smoke rolling down the hill. Throw one from the pit and then grab it, maybe. Apex goes back to scavenge some utility. And there is still a third smoke. So Vitality, they can do something cheeky. They can fake, they can throw the cross and not commit. But they've got lineups and they're going to be lobbing them in now. There's one. So we're going back for the second smoke. Apex dropping the cross, and now he can get the bomb plant in. He's going to have to plant open for ZywOo though. The ramp not being covered right now. Karrigan could jump, he could walk up. The molly is going to stop the plant for a few more seconds, and that gives time for FaZe to wait this smoke out. Karrigan, oh, it's re-smoke. There's still a gap. Karrigan goes through. Oh, it's a lot of damage, no kill. Nade onto the site. Apex is already scarpered away. ZywOo is left on long with a Molotov. Does that force Karrigan back or forward? Flashed out is Apex, but he blinds it, and it's not gone well for him. Trapped now behind another smoke, dropped by the CTs. Oh, ZywOo caught switching weapons, and Cole with a kill as well. FaZe, they bait them in long enough that they finally find a fifth. It's decent, but Vitality, like I said, are more than happy with how this one transpired. Let's see if they can bring us to a third map, or if FaZe have something still in them after the half.
Gave it everything when we had none. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab none. Since we moved on to a better place, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back.
Okay, well, yeah, I've been showing a lot of emotion lately. Most likely during blast groups. Katowice was okay, I would say. I had a small break for myself because I had some personal issues, and I will not talk about it, but yeah, it was affecting my game and also my leading style with the team. So my coach decided to just let me a few days off just to come back at a strong level. Unfortunately, it didn't work for Katowice, but still, it's never easy when I'm like that, and I know about, for the team, also for me, but also for the team. So that's why we decided to I mean, the coach decided to just put me off for some time. So yes, obviously it's affecting myself and the team. And even if most of the time I'm showing emotion because it's my way, and I just have to control it a little bit more overall. But yeah, obviously it's affecting my personal game and the team game.
Okay, all right. Vitality, they're here to play. May have been an absolute wash on FaZe's map pick, but Vitality on Dust2 look damn good. 10 rounds on their T side, ZywOo with a 1v5 and almost a second ace in the map. Let's see how this pistol goes. Pistols have certainly been the most exciting rounds of this series so far, so no pressure. But ZywOo now armed with a USP. And FaZe with a lot of utility as well. Where will they be going with that? Fast smoke. Onto the Xbox. FaZe wait for it to bloom before they get out mid. You don't want to be picked by a player in the doorway. Long is controlled by Vitality. And they're double B as well, just to make sure. Don't want to get B rushed with no chance to retake in a pistol. It'd be very difficult. Shocks with the kit, but he's playing a headshot angle, so armor doesn't matter right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the nades, however, they might matter. Oh, it's for RPK at ramp. And now they know Shocks is in the site. He's just throwing these flashbangs. Oh, lots of bodies for Shoxy. Lots of bodies coming his way, and he's still good for all of them. Him and ZywOo. Okay. Locking that round in. Vitality onto 11. And ZywOo smiling. So we're all melting on the inside right now.
Hey, you see that Gandalf boost, dude? Up in the Wizard Tower, 2 players atop their heads looking at long. Yeah, that's not a round that FaZe like, though. The nades go deep. They go for RPK, who just gets cleaned up anyway by a P2. They land on Shocks. It's a whole different story. Maybe a plant for FaZe. Instead, Vitality. It's not like they needed a pistol, but it's certainly going to make their job easier. B play for Rain, trying to find a gap through the molly, but they smoke it before it fades. And so no entry given. Oh, yeah. Take too many shots, eventually they come back your way. Bit of a boomerang.
And the fact that this is a force as well, you're hoping it finds you something. Instead, might be a one-way ticket to a third map here. In the tunnels, Brokey moving in late with his scout actually decides against it. He wants teammates with him, doesn't want to feed them the bomb at B, but the rotations are already coming through for Vitality. Out in mid is Apex. He's securing the rotations, and even though Brokey scouts down the first, no match for the quick rotations from Vitality, with 12-5 being the scoreline, the money being gone for FaZe. Their next buy not going to come till 13-5. And it could be, realistically, like one of the only investments they get on this T side. And even then, you know, if you don't win that round, it's not, you're not going to get to see a T side AWP from Brokey.
What is this? Are they going to lob it on like back plat into B? Or are they throwing it up catwalk?
Let's see, 5 nades. What are they going to do with
rushed.
them? Oh, if there ever was a time to use the nades, it's at a time like this.
They've not even seen him.
They haven't seen him yet. He doesn't know either.
Oh,
Shocks.
my goodness.
Oh, all the nades. Oh, all the bodies. Shocks is in with 3, and this round is put to rest very, very quickly. The nades don't do anything, and it's Shocks' MP9 that we end up remembering. 5-pin bowling in the tunnels. And even though he's left with a split at the end, it's still closed up for Vitality.
Of the bowling terminology, Harry, but yeah.
Yeah, man, little known thing about me, big bowler.
Big bowler.
So I mean bowler, that's what I
13-5, yeah, a nice try. I mean, I don't know how that was supposed to go in FaZe's head, but no one playing close, unfortunately. Worth a shot.
We do get the T-side AWP, but it doesn't have armor behind it, right? It's glass cannon. And the scary thing about that, if you put an AWP in the hands of Vitality for free,
yeah,
oof.
You're going to come to regret it, aren't you? Twist eating nades up on Cat. And another one.
How's that for a nade stack?
Get out of it. Maybe even take the AWP, who knows? But then you don't want to leave Brokey armorless AK. Smoke out mid. So we're going to flash. Will Shox go? Yes, he will. But Karrigan blinded. Tapped him out. Oh, Twist trades. That's decent, as he was only 4 health. He's still standing. Rain gets a B pick. Masuta falls off the boxes, and that will be a save for Vitality in an instant. They lose B so quickly. This is how Vitality got into the T side, right? A lot of B plays, a lot of fast mid to Bs. It's how they did their bonus. They won an SMG round against a full buy. And then, you know, we started seeing FaZe stack B, and that's when Vitality showed us a little more variety, right? Going back to the long take, splitting Cat. But they forever had FaZe condition. So it's definitely a good way to start your half, like just taking B when you know Vitality won't have an AWP there. Why would we put an AWP B from the get-go? They might not have, you know, 2 players in the site. And it's a good start, but it's not something you can do all half. Eventually there'll be a resolution. And right now, the short-term solution is a double AWP for Vitality.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, right? We hadn't seen it in that T half, unsurprisingly. But Shox is a more than capable AWPer on this map, and his secondary AWP really does put the fear in you, right? As though dealing with ZywOo isn't enough, well, now you've got another AWP to worry about. Bullets exchanged through this smoke at B, and the nade should send Rain out of there. He wanted a fair fight, and he's not given one.
Shooting through a smoke is anything but fair. But yeah, he's done that before and he got one tapped, so careful. It's to be smoked down. No way they're committing with it though. They're trying to take Cat. That looked like a dead-on shot, but Karrigan jiggles past it. One of these 2 AWPs backing up. Shox still waiting. He can cover B and help out middle. On a mid to B take. Bomb is going lower. That insinuates that FaZe are going to fake this A site and then go back towards the middle take. See if that is their plan. Karrigan dropping in. Shox tried this in their T site, but he's being hounded down. Apex dead. And now you know if you're Vitality, you're getting wrapped into B. Masuta and Shox holding strong with a killer piece. Oh, taps through the box, and the gap is good for Rain. He can't follow up. Masuta, 10 health, no problem. 2 kills off of it. And a third. The bomb is loose. Masuta on his own. Needs no help, and now Brokey, even if he needed it, he couldn't get it. He needs a 1v2 on his own.
Oh, and they might just push in together off of the bomb plant. Brokey, they're both in with him. First kill in. Brokey, oh, there's the clutch. And that's what we know this guy for, right? So good in these clutch scenarios. You need a few more rounds like that out of Brokey if FaZe do want to make this comeback happen, but slowly and surely they are moving in the right direction. As you say, great round from Masuta, 10 HP as he takes those last 2 fights that we just saw. And obviously that lack of HP ended up mattering when it came down to the 2v1. And you can see Karrigan is more than happy with that. Pack pause for FaZe. They want to make the most of this broken money on the Vitality side. If you can keep Vitality here, if you can keep streaking rounds together now, this is your best chance at any time to get back into this game, right? Because you've got the money for the CTs right where you want it. You know, it's not going to get back into a spot like this if Vitality come in with a couple of clean victories. So now's the time to close this gap. Now's the time to make the most of it. And it all starts with that 1v2 from Brokey.
Ooh. Dirty shot. Still a scout in play. Brokey wants to remove it from the round. Oh. Ooh. Very close. While this is all going on, FaZe are walking up long right now. Vitality are none the wiser. I like the molly. Going over the wall forces a Cat player to commit or detach and go back to middle. Flashed out. Twist gets a kill. And these pistols should be made quick work of. Oh, spots an elevator player as well, and up on the site is the last man in RPK. Molly will push Shox into the open, and now it's all about just clearing this USP. No issue, surely, but RPK's got one. Doesn't really matter at this point. FaZe 8-13. Yeah, we're still waiting for those guns from Vitality. It will come through now. Apex, if he wants to set ZywOo up with an AWP, he can do so, and that's exactly what the call will be. Hefty investment, but a worthwhile one.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is very important here, right, is in that first half, Brokey was just getting avoided a lot, right? In a lot of rounds, he was left to save. They wouldn't come his way, or if they did, it would be like with overwhelming utility. Well, now on the T side, he's able to like set the pace and pick where these engagements are happening. And we're already getting a lot more mileage out of Brokey. He is going to prove to be instrumental to this comeback, and there he is, opening this round up in a huge way. Now they see Masuta in middle with the cat swing coming in. They have all the information. They know where both players are, but the forces are divided for FaZe. Carrigan has opened up B, and while this is happening, RPK is all the way back in the A bomb site. Now, I think RPK really is looking to save here. Now he spots both players at long, and if he dropped the bomb, maybe there was a chance, but with Brokey and Cold Zera ready to play off of one another, that wasn't happening. This is big, man. 9-13. Yeah. This is huge. There was never a point in that first half where it looked like FaZe were going to arrive at this scoreline. They're doing a good job of denying Vitality room. Brokey harassing these mid doors, constantly picking players on the cross. And once again, as we mentioned a couple of rounds ago, the money for Vitality is broken. This is why being in this position right now is so important for FaZe, and the fact that they're getting their money's worth out of this scoreline, out of this place in time, is absolutely huge.
Yeah, Vitality is still flying high with some of the confidence in that first half, right? Like when ZywOo was holding T-spawned doors with the AWP in the T side, no one would even consider challenging him. He never got any kills there, but you know, ZywOo's re-peeking into Brokey in mid and dying. I don't think we see much more of that, but it just shows the mindset of Vitality. They're still believing, which is good, but at the same time, that can be your undoing.
Oh, lots of mid bodies through the doors. Brokey helping out. Apex arriving at short and doesn't find anything. RPK might be the savior. 2 with the P250 through the smoke. Shox is wrapped in through the lower tunnels as well. FaZe, this was meant to be a free 10th round. This was meant to be easy. And RPK's made it anything but. Still in that mid smoke, he's gone through, and they check for him. Brokey sniffs him out. 10 on the board for FaZe, and now just 3 behind Team Vitality.
That got scary, man. If Shox just, with the bomb dropped, if Shox just jumped on that box in lower and held Cat, he would have had a free kill there. He would have had FaZe crossing to the A site, but he tries to hunt them. Understandably so. Like, RPK is causing so much madness in middle. They're all looking at the doors. Cold still kills him though. Great eco for Vitality. Really getting some damage off, but damage doesn't matter if you don't win rounds behind it. And so pressure's on. How many orbs do we see for Vitality? Shox and ZywOo having great games, both 20+ kills. So if there was ever a time, it would be now. And there's never a reason for ZywOo to not buy an AWP. You know, Shox, it's just up to whether he's feeling it or not, where he's got the spawn, where he wants to go, and he'll stick with an M4 for now. Brokey v ZywOo though, quite the battle. Brokey back to the mid picks, and will he get any cross shots today? They smoke it, he respects it, he holds, he's trying to cover his team who are running right down mid. Dangerous decision, but no punishment after Brokey has found so many kills here before. They flash him through, playing behind the smoke is Shox. This could be nice, it might not be accounted for. Twist, oh, he checks it, but Shox is quick, and Carrigan's already in the B bomb site. Rain overwhelmed, the smoke favors Shox, and maybe he can put a stop to this B play after all.
Yeah, a man down in the post plant, a retake at B. These B retakes famously never easy, right? Even in a 4-on-3, these can get rough. All, yeah, sorry, I mean, not all. 3 players in the tunnels, 1 left in mid. That's Apex trying to draw attention in. Brokey posted up at back, Plat is mollied out, and there's no one with the smoke to save him. So RPK gets that one for free. We need kills now to come through from Carrigan. Oh, he's only good for 1. RPK blindsides them on the tunnels wrap. A great retake from Vitality to break this streak that FaZe were on and find 14. But the grind has just begun, right? Orb's still coming out for FaZe, Rifle's still on board. The attempt at the B play could have gone a lot better, right? It all hinges. I think really the key player there is Shox in middle, hiding behind that smoke. I feel like you always see players hiding behind that smoke, coming back to punish a fast mid to B play if that's what gets brought in.
Yeah, because that smoke is thrown for a cross, right? You're not looking at a smoke thinking, oh, they threw it to play it. No, they threw it just to get past Brokey's AWP in middle. So it's a definitely surprise when you see a player behind there, as FaZe learned the hard way, losing 2 to it. Great call by Apex. He has a molly, a smoke, and an HE. Like, that's a dream for a B retake. He tells his entire team to wrap Cat only so he can molly Plat, knowing that's a one position to hold tunnels. And even though Brokey gets a kill, he gets traded, and he's stuck in the Molotov. So it's a really good idea by Apex just to get everyone through that one choke point, knowing they can trade effectively. And he has so much util to support, even throws a smoke to bounce out the door to keep FaZe looking at it when there's no one coming through. So Vitality, it was a bit of quiet in this CT side, and then they pick up a round. And now doubling down could mean the end of FaZe, at least in this map. And that's why FaZe starting to go a little bit slower, more calculated, knowing this round is the most important one yet.
Now into mid again for Twists. This time watching every smoke along the way. And even though they're selling this mid to B play, that is not the intention of this round. Vitality, they haven't budged. They haven't fallen for it. Still back in the A site is Apex, and now he's called for support from ZywOo. That is scary. Seeing these two players ringing out from short and long has really put the fear in FaZe. Rain is trying to be the difference maker, and that spray could have done it. Sadly, it just falls short. So Cold's error, 10 seconds. That's just not enough time in the world for him to make this happen, and he knows it. Gonna try and get out of there with the AWP. They know he's on the catwalk, but they can't find him after time. Regardless, it's still map point for Vitality. Now 1 away, just 5 kills away from taking us to overpass.
Yeah, and well earned as well, right? Not just to dominate that first half and look so good while they're doing it, but even when FaZe come up with solutions, come up with a lot of rounds on this T side, Vitality don't let it, you know, catch them off guard or fall to the comeback even. Here to close, and well, they haven't done it yet. 5 chances to do so. About as good as you're gonna get. If you can't do it here, well, forget about that third map. Vitality should just be feeling fine right about now. 5 out long for FaZe, everyone here. And Vitality, look at this setup. They've pushed tons, they know it's clear, they've got Cat, they've got mid. There is no question in the head of the Frenchman of where FaZe are right now.
Yeah, so you better be ready to fight for this if you're FaZe. Vitality pulling both these B players over slowly but surely through middle. RPK getting the spot, and him and Apex, they combine for the first 2 openers, the beginning of the end perhaps. As FaZe now sit a man down. They try to get into the site, but already up short and tucked on Gandalf are Vitality. Not an easy site to get into now because of these forward positions. FaZe very weary about this Gandalf position, and that is where ZywOo sits. They get on the bomb. There's the peek from ZywOo, and a missed shot for Cole means that Molly now forces Twists out into the open. ZywOo activates and starts to close the gap. Brokey left up in the clutch, hiding in this smoke. Oh, missed shot. It's ZywOo to nail it, and the defuse is in. Vitality, they take this map. They take us to a third. An attempt at the recovery from FaZe, and it was looking good, but all it took was a few rounds going in favor of the French.